Assalamu alaikum, I'm Mara. Me and my friend Mana, we want to talk about the investigation of CARE ERP project. Our presentation consists of 5 parts. First of all, introduction, the second one, problem statement, and then methodology, recommendation, and conclusion. In introduction part, we have the definition of ERP. ERP is a computer-based information system that processes the transaction of an organization and simplify integrated and real-time planning, production, and customer response. But what's the purpose of defining the ERP system? To deal with the fragmentation problem. ERP offers a series of software modules to totalize and simplify the internal process to cover all functions of the business. According to Standish Group survey in 2010, just 37% of ERP projects were successful, and 42% of these projects were over budget, late, or have less features and functions than expected. And 21 of the projects considered as a complete failure. It means that these projects were cancelled before completing or never had been used after delivery. And according to another survey, more than 50% of the project were cost 189% of the original estimates. But what's the problem of ERP implementation? Developing countries have different problems in implementation of those in developed countries. And because ERP software designed and developed in developed countries and structured by the technology. So in developing countries, they have the misalignment within the implementation of ERP. So trying to adopt the foreign ERP system to tend to failure of implementing this system in developing countries. About the researchers and studies done about the ERP, the greatest number of researchers prefer to work on the critical success factor of ERP instead of critical failure factor. From 1998 to 2007, only 6% of all published or presented articles on ERP were discussed about critical success factors, and just 1% of these studies was about the CFF. Problem statement. What's the general issue of problems of implementing ERP? The majority of ERP project is failing due to several reasons, but the main of them is improper scope definition or sluggish progress in project execution. One of the major factors that contribute to success or failure of ERP project is management commitment and ultimate support. How can we minimize the risk of the failure? First of all, organization should be cautious in scope setting and resolve all the existing conflicts among stakeholders, focus on the human factors, motivate the employee to contribute in the projects, and identify a systematic process to manage change orders and avoid last-minute changes. Here we have some examples of failed ERP projects. First of all, SAP project in a marine country in California. SAP project of a marine country with more than 3 million investment is an example of ERP project, ERP failure project, and the system integrator is blamed for fraud, mispresentation, and providing wrong information to sign in the contract, and the other problem that they experience. The second one is UK National Health System. That this is one of the worst case of ERP failure happened in UK. In 2002, the government of UK accepted to invest £12 billion to develop an ERP during 1 decade. They want to use the ERP to record the health data of the British citizen, develop the electronic appointment, and drug prescription system. But unfortunately, the project failed because the implemented system was not tailored properly for the body of enormous UK geographical and political system. The other one is City Time Payroll System project in New York that they signed the contract in 2003 for total amount of $60 million, but they want to use the ERP to modernize the payroll system of New York City, but the real project was cost extend to 760 million in 2010. The other one is ERP system of Epicor. This one, they want to implement the ERP project with a total budget of 184,444, but the project faced budget overrun for new software as well. Services meant to run the system and reached to $1 million. The Epicor case problem is more about the scope setting and cost control. The last one is Oracle ERP system for Montclair State University. They want to design a PeopleSoft suite with Oracle to replace the 25-year-old set of legacy application of Montclair State University, and they signed the contract in 2009. And Oracle should receive around $20 million for service implementation, software, and support. But in 2010, Oracle claimed for extra $8 million for new software. And also they claim that if they don't pay, they will terminate all the activities. And Montclair claimed that they need to spend roughly 10 to 20 million to fulfill the ERP project, and Oracle blamed the Montclair for the inadequate leadership. The methodology that we used for doing this report, we studied several articles about the failure factors of ERP projects and to illustrate the most significant failure factors based on the secondary data collection. This article utilized the findings of the previous studies and tries to provide a holistic view. According to the failure factor of ERP, there are some recommendations to avoid or reduce the rate of failure. For example, organizations should record and write all lessons learned from the ERP projects and avoid repetition of same mistakes. Pay a significant attention to the human factor of motivation and engagement program. The organization have to conduct IFE. IFE stands for Internal Factor Evaluation, to list the organizational strengths and weaknesses, as well as EFE, External Factor Evaluation, to summarize the potential opportunities and threats that may cause some challenges in project implementation. Organizations should train project managers with PMBOK and teach them how to conduct earned value for proper time and cost management. And the last one is clarify project scope management by clear document terms and conditions in ERP contracts. Conclusion. According to our reports, it could be concluded that the common reasons of the ERP project failure are lack of top management commitment, improper scope setting, conflict among the stakeholders about the project deliverables, unawareness about earned value management, and improper cost estimation and employing inexpert project staff. Thanks for attention.
Okay. Any question? What ERP project we did?
Yes.
It's a very good job that you have done. No question? No question?
It was so clear.
Everything is clear.
Clear. No question? Okay. Okay then. Thank you. Okay, then we will continue with our next presentation. Hojat, Al-Jami and Fahad. Critical success factors of IT project advice. After this is Kadum and Ali. Where are they? Kadum, Ali and Hassan. The same title.
First of all, I want to say thank you to give us this chance to present our works. Our presentation is about critical success factors of IT project management, which is presented by me, Part05, and my dear friends Hojat and Sohail. Please. Presentation, we will talk about these topics. The first one is about, at the first, we have a background of the IT project management success factor, and then we define the meaning of the success factor for IT project management, and then we have a list of IT project. We have a list of IT project important success factor or critical success factor, which are good selection and justification is one of them. The project definition is the next one. Describe this page again. And this presentation will have these topics. As I told you, one of them is the background of project management success factor. Another one is in the next topic we will define the meaning of the success factor for project management, IT project management, and also after that we list some important success factors like route selection and justification of the project definition, clear objectives and goals, project plan management, involvement and support, the project team, change management, proper project resources, managing relationships, communication throughout the project, and also using the project plan as a dynamic picture. And after that, we have conclusion and notes. Background of the project management success factor. Nowadays, project management has become a key activity in most modern organizations. Projects usually have a wide variety of objectives involve numerous internal and external actors and are conducted in various activity sectors. Also, the wide spread of the use of projects in organizations today is a driving force in the search for factors that influence project success. The search for critical success factor has been going for more than 2 decades, focusing on the product, project, and business unit level. Initial research on the critical success factor of the project focused primarily on the control aspects of the project. Later, studies concluded that the initial research on critical success factors was too narrowly directed toward developing standard tools and techniques for project management. So a new approach emerged consisting of large studies on the critical success factor for projects. These studies showed that there are other factors to be taken into account in managing a project successfully than scheduling alone. In the 1990s, comments started to appear on the methods used in the research on critical success factors. Research into project success factors on projects was aimed at identifying those levers that project managers can pull to increase the likelihood of achieving successful outcome of the project. So we have this important question: what are the major managerial variables that contribute to project success? First of all, I want to define the meaning of the success factors, critical success factors for an IT project manager. The term critical success factors, CFCs, is mean the limited number of areas in which results, if they are satisfactory, will ensure successful competitive performance for the organization. The other definition that we found that is the few key areas where things must go right for the business to flourish. Also, we have another definition that areas of activities that should receive constant and careful attention from management, and the areas in which good performance is necessary to ensure attainment for organizational goals. Now we want to go through the project success factors that were listed in the page topics, in the page that I wrote the topics. The first one is route selection and justification that my friend Sued will come and explain.
Thank you, my friend. The first factor, critical factor, is route selection and justification. If the manager don't know about, don't have any good knowledge about the project, the IT project, about the information technology, and about the management, can select a good project. And the appropriate solution has to be selected in function of a given opportunity or problem. The selection and justification of the IT project needs to be done with care, because if we don't have any attention to select a good IT project, and if we don't have any perspective about that, then make maybe our project failed. Selecting a mediocre or bad project is can affect the profitability and thus the sponsor's happiness, the happiness of the users of the project team, and the critical implementation time and cost. The second one is the project definition. A comprehensive definition should be developed at the outset of the project, starting with purpose, ownership, cost, schedule, duration, financing, sales and marketing, source requirements, boundaries, scope, objectives, and goals. These project definitions join vision on the project is created, the purpose of the project is defined, the basic for operation is agreed upon, and the reference are produced. Moreover, the project definition should be used as an instrument to ensure the alignment between the business and IT subjects. The knowledge which are required for project definitions. Knowledge on the user environment. The management must know their stakeholder and their user what exactly need and what they want from them. The knowledge on the exact information need of the management. The management also must have some skills and knowledge about the project. And another one, knowledge from the IT expert on the business strategy. The IT project management has two main parts. One is the IT, and the other one is the business. The management must can combine both of them and manage them. Realistic view on the possibility and ABM, and more importantly, the implementation. Some managers don't have any knowledge about IT, and they think that everything can possible and every implementation can be done computer IT, but it's not true. The second one is clear objective and scope. The importance of having clear objectives include deliverable and scope project management is sometimes overlooked. Scope and objectives are the guiding principles that direct the efforts of the project team, and they will determine the project success or failure. If the scope is defined at the start of the project should stay with its boundary and not expand to include more than ordinary plan. If not, mission critical. Well-defined scope means also that there is less likelihood of vital part of the project being missed. The fourth successful factor is the project team. One of the important skill of the project management team is to make a functional decomposition. Projects are broken down into a work package, yes. It's making it easier to spread responsibility and accountability across more people, and thus to make the project easier to manage and to control. A manager must have a degree of urgency built in their project, and also they must put some buffering in the project. Two different methods is for the time buffering. One is some project manager manipulate the milestone and change something in the milestone and time. The other is plan to develop an extra functionality that will be skipped if needed. In some projects, we have some optional functional projects that if we have a problem with time, we can omit them and the project don't have any problem. The fifth is management involvement and support. There is a broad consensus in the literature that top management support is a successful factor. The impact of this support is noticeable in different ways. First, the degree of involvement of top management is necessary. And the second one is the level of top management support influence the level of support provided by the functional manager. The third, the perceived amount of management support has an impact on the behavior of the user as well. And when it means that when management support their team, the member of group have a motivate to completing very good in the project. Finally, top management support is an important element in management the change growth of IT project. The sixth one is project team. The selection of the project manager and the staffing of the project team need to be done very carefully. The project manager must have some criteria like that. The project manager should be competent, preferably he or she has experience with similar projects, and the other one, he or she has to have the ability to coordinate a large number of different tasks and intelligence authority. And also he or she has to be able to make trade-offs. And the next one should be open for criticism and review. And the last one should process enough social skill to master conflict or better to handle it. There is something about the project team. The composition of team should be such that the team member have complementary skill, and also it should be looked at for as social as well as the technical part. The project team need to be cohesive and well motivated. The team members should be committed to the project. Also, obviously, the role of the team member should be defined as well as their responsibility and authority. Effective communication strategy should be in place, and the project structure should be clear to them. They must know and understand completely about the project. Furthermore, the management structure and the leadership style of the project manager are important in motivating the team. The seventh is the change management. Change management is inevitable when dealing with IT project, and thus change management is fundamental activity in any IT project. Different types of change can be distinguished when dealing with IT project. The first one is change within the project. This part is related to the changing scopes and requirements and also specifications that's in the project. Managers must be responsible for any new change and handle the effect of change in the change of the project. That's typically change management. Also, the manager must have good interactive communication with other parts of organization, because some change affect on the other parts of the organization. So, manager also must avoid very fundamental change in their project, because some change can affect the main goal, and it's not. The second one, change provoked by the outcome of the project. There are two main parts here, technological change and cultural change. Technological change is related to some by when the technology develop some tools and program that the staff working is changed and the staff must learn and understand about that and can use these new tools and can tolerate with this change. The other one is cultural change, that is very more important. In a company, a change happened. The staffs maybe think about that, what this happened, why, what's their plan for us, they want to fire us, or something like that. They write some rumors about these things. And the staff have a resistance about the change. And the manager must know about this and can control this. There is a guideline for managing this situation. One of them is training about what happened in new workplace, in new tools. They can help us, they're not dangerous for us, and explain about that to our staffs. And have an effective communication with our teamwork, and have a good user participation. And the other one is the use some skill of people management that can help to handle these problems. And to Sirajat come to continue the other factors.
Thanks for my presentation. This part I explained some of the factors that are critical and important for success projects. Proper project resources is very important for success projects. In order to manage a project successfully, sufficient resources should be at the disposal of the project manager, or top management should engage itself in reallocating these resources to the project. They have to ensure the availability of the resources needed. They must have mentioned that skill resources have to be withdrawn from normal business activity or from other projects before they can be allocated to the pilot project. The other factor is managing relationships. When an IT project is started, a number of people are brought together to work on the project. These people form an entity, mostly referred to as the project team. Since the project team group different people, the relationships between the participants of the team need to be managed, as well as the relationship with the internal and external stakeholders. One relationship among the project team members, second relationship with the internal stakeholders, and third one is relationship with the external stakeholders. In the relationship among the project team members, usually project put extra demand on the personal qualities of the people involved. The team members are asked to put in an extra effort. Consequently, the people involved need to be coached. Good communication and conflict control should lead to expectations that are more realistic, better relationships, and teamwork among the participators. for the relationship with the internal stakeholder, every party involved with the implementation of an IT project bring its own set of needs. This can lead to friction between the parties on behavioral or organizational issues, which in turn could cause implementation failure. The process of continuous and dynamic evaluation and depth between informed stakeholders provide the best chance for information system organization. It can reduce friction and help to align the different viewpoints of the parties involved. The third one, relationship with the external stakeholders. The impact of the project is not limited to the organization. It may influence several external stakeholders such as the union, clients, subcontractors, etc. The project may provoke a resistance to change in every of these groups. At the same time, a lot of external factors can limit the objectives and goals of the project. In fact, an analysis of the causes of project overruns shows that external factors are the principal cause. Another factor is bite-size chunks. It means that breaking large projects down to sub-projects or work packages is regarded as one of the most important tasks in new or developed projects. It's separating responsibility and connectivity across a greater number of people. Furthermore, it's easier to manage in the number of ways. One, delegate responsibility to the project team, monitoring against the objective, communicating progress of the project, identifying the problem, upfront and making notification to the project. Another point is using the project plan as a dynamic document. In order to ensure that a project is completed successfully, project plan need to be updated regularly. However, if they are too detailed, every time some aspect of the project changes, the plans will need to be updated to reflect that change. Even though the outcomes or objectives may be unaffected. Updating project plans then becomes time-consuming and ineffective. As a result, they are often abandoned and become dust collectors. Keeping the plans simple with the right level of detail can encourage the project to be reviewed regularly and easily. This makes them useful communication tools and effective monitoring devices for the project. And finally, although it's important to know and recognize individually each of the key success factors driving the project, they should not be considered independently of one another. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any question for
Which one is the? So you want to say which one is the most important factor in these as I mentioned in the last slide, as a conclusion, that I told you, said all of them are important, but none of them is the most important. We should talk about all of them together. I mean, we cannot say, for example, this one is the more important than another one. We should have all of them together to have a success in our project. Because of this reason, I didn't mention a factor as it has the most important one. Yeah, as I told you, although it is important to know and recognize individually each of the success factors driving a project, they should, although we should consider each of them individuals, they should not be considered independently of one another. I mean, they are dependent to each other, and one of them can have completely another work. Yeah.
Which one is the
as I mentioned at the first slide, that is top management is one of the important factors. But these factors are the works that top management should do in these or her project team. For example, the scope, the definition, the relationship with the stakeholders. All of them are the, as I before I want to say, are the responsibility of top management. Say it's better. What I told you that, for example, at the first, I told that at the first slide, that yes, the top management is nowadays top management is one of the important aspects of the project success. The project management is nowadays is the most is a key activity. I mean, the manager, the role of top management is one of the key roles in the organization to manage the project. And also these are the responsibilities of top management. I did top management as a success factor.
I think do it is really interesting. And all those factors should be taken into account for success. But do you have any other factors?
Yeah.
Exclude these factors outside of this.
Yeah, we have a lot of factors.
Your factor.
If I want, you mean introduce a factor, I think, as I read you the part here, and it says that if some expert people do something, there is no need for you to do anything. Because for now, these factors are found by some expert people. But I didn't find any factor myself to introduce you. There are more factors to it because our project should be in 5 to 7 pages, it's about 14 pages. And I didn't put all of them here, but I have all of them. I can give you the articles, references.
Okay, any more questions? No. Kadum and Ali.
No, no, no.